One new community case has been confirmed in New Zealand, 3 weeks after the last COVID-19 community case. Joining us tonight is one of our correspondents in New Zealand, Iya De Vera, to tell us why live. Iya?
Stephanie, a new community case of COVID-19 was reported on Sunday by the Director General of Health, Dr. Ashley Bloomfield, here in New Zealand. It has been 3 weeks since the last community case in the country, when a man working on a port as a marine electronics engineer has been tested positive on October 16. Prior to his positive coronavirus result, the man had 4 negative results from the regular screening tests. The man worked on a ship in Auckland on Monday and Tuesday, then traveled to Taranaki on Wednesday to work for another ship. As part of safety and precaution, the man wears personal protective equipment or PPE while working on board. Authorities will continue to investigate the source of the infection, but Dr. Bloomfield said that the most likely infection or the source of the man's infection is a ship that he worked on in Auckland on the 12th and 13th of October. Let us hear more from Dr. Bloomfield's COVID-19 update.
That ship had travelled from Brisbane to Tauranga and then on to Auckland, where 8 crew joined it from the Philippines on the 13th of October, and 4 of the crew that had been on board since March departed New Zealand at that time too. We also planned to test the New Zealand-based crew of another ship that the man worked on prior to working on that ship, so a few days earlier.
The ship from the port of Auckland is now traveling to Brisbane. New Zealand health authorities are working closely to other ports and colleagues for follow-up and if other crew members are asymptomatic or has been tested. Dr. Bloomfield announced that the genome sequencing result is out. He confirmed that the infection of the man is a new strain of coronavirus and has not been seen before in New Zealand. He also mentioned that this is not linked to the August outbreak in Auckland City, nor linked to existing COVID cases in the country. Stephanie?
Iya, Dr. Bloomfield mentioned in his update that there are 8 crew members from the Philippines. Did they undergo the process of managed isolation prior to boarding the ship? And what is the latest COVID update in New Zealand?
Stephanie, the Director General of Health, said that those 8 Filipino crew members were in a managed isolation facility in Auckland while waiting to be transferred to the ship. The crew members stayed there for 2 to 4 days, and the process of transferring the crews from the airport to the ship has been carefully managed. Today, it was reported that 11 international fishermen tested positive on day 3 of routine testing, and 14 are under investigation. The group were staying in a managed isolation facility in Christchurch, and the said facility is currently on a lockdown. As of today, there are 33 active cases in the country, 32 of which are imported cases, while 1 is from the community. Stephanie?
All right, Iya, thank you for that update live from New Zealand.